ASMR Gaming News. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to ASMR Gaming News. Please hit that like button, sit back, relax, and let's begin. So, lots of nice game news this week, to be honest. First piece of news that I'm really excited about is for Kingdom Hearts 3. As you all probably know by now, I really love this series. And Square Enix released a brand new video for Kingdom Hearts 3. And it was actually number one in the YouTube trending page for almost 2 whole days. So it was very popular. I think it has around 2 or 3 million views by now. But yeah, it's the opening movie cinematic for Kingdom Hearts 3. And what makes this special is Skrillex, famous dubstep artist Skrillex. He is actually a big Kingdom Hearts fan, even from before he was famous. He was always a fan of the series. So I don't know if he contacted Square Enix or they contacted him, but either way, he is now working at Square on music for Kingdom Hearts 3, or he worked at Square Enix on music for Kingdom Hearts 3. Utada Hikaru, the artist that usually does the vocal themes for most of the Kingdom Hearts games, she is a Japanese pop artist who usually has remixes done of her theme song for Kingdom Hearts as the opening music for every single game. So Kingdom Hearts 1 had a remix version of her song as the vocal theme of the game when you first started playing it, and Kingdom Hearts 2 did the same thing, and now Kingdom Hearts 3 is doing the exact same thing, but Skrillex is actually remixing or, doing the opening theme song, so the vocals sound really nice. I think Skrillex did a fantastic job on the music, and the opening movie is just great. It's a recap of all the previous events in the Kingdom Hearts games. Lots of the, important plot points, and you get to see just a lot of characters showing up, and the graphics are amazing. I don't know who Square got to do the CG for this opening movie, but it looks amazing, like very realistic. And I probably watched it like 10 or 15 times already. I really love this, so I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out. And I'm really excited that Square decided to show the opening movie to everyone, so big news there. Kingdom Hearts comes out in about a month, so only 1 month until I will finally get to play this game. Next, we have some Overwatch news. So Blizzard, for Overwatch, they basically have a bunch of seasonal events. There's the Halloween event, the Lunar New Year event. They have a summer event, an anniversary event, lots and lots of events for Overwatch. But one of the more, I'd say, popular events is probably the Christmas, Winter Wonderland event, which is actually taking place right now. So earlier this week, Overwatch was updated, and they added a bunch of new skins. They decorated a lot of maps in the game, like Hanamura, for instance, has snow in the map now, so some certain map areas in Overwatch now have snow and decorations decorations for Christmas, so it looks really nice. They also added a bunch of like new legendary skins in the game, and they just look awesome. Like Zarya has a new skin, Mercy, Lucio, Widowmaker, just really, really amazing skins. My favorite is probably the new Mercy skin and the new Lucio skin. Lucio has a really, really cool looking skin, so I recommend checking out some of the new skins if you are a fan of Overwatch. Definitely gonna try to get some of these skins before the event is over. Usually they last for about a month or less, so if you're interested in picking up some of the new skins or emotes, voice lines for Christmas, I highly encourage you guys to check out the new Overwatch update event. Oh, and the Yeti hunt is back, of course. So if you enjoyed that, I actually played that with subscribers on the channel when that came out. So yeah, that mode is back now. You can actually play as May or the Yeti and go on adventures with your friends trying to hunt down the Yeti and get loot boxes that way, so it's a lot of fun. Let's see, what else do we got here? Ooh, Beyond Good and Evil 2. So this is Ubisoft's, I'd say, next big game, highly anticipated title that they're currently working on. Ever since it was first shown off at E3, people have been very, very excited for this game. And we just got a brand new gameplay video this week. I'm kind of surprised they didn't show this at the Game Awards. They decided to show it off now, but yeah, the game is still in early development. You know, it's not completely finished or anything because it would be out if it was. So, the gameplay might look a little bit, janky or clunky, but they're still working on it. The environments look very, very nice. And there's just a huge world to explore. And it's only one part of the game because, as they mention in this gameplay trailer, or just gameplay video, because I don't think it's actually like a trailer, it's pretty long. But they mention that this planet that you explore is just one small part of the entire game, where you basically go to other planets and explore cities and missions there, and it's just a very, very big game. So seems like a very ambitious title from Ubisoft. It seems like the team is very passionate about the game that they're working on, and I just have to say that I love the art style. Like, the style that they've gone with this game looks really, really cool, kind of like a techno future. I don't know, it seems a little bit cyberpunk, but not really. I don't know what to call it, but it still looks very, very cool. I don't think I've seen many games like it, so still no release date or, any news about when this is supposed to be coming out. It's just a to be announced release date as of right now. People are saying next year sometime, but Ubisoft hasn't given an official, release date yet, so we just have to keep waiting. But this new gameplay video is quite nice, so I recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it yet. Next news for all the Monster Hunter World fans out there. Capcom announced a brand new expansion, DLC, that will be coming out next year in November for, it's coming out in autumn, so, I say November just because that's kind of like in the middle there. I don't know if it's coming out in October or November, but yeah, it's coming out in autumn of next year, so that's actually like a while away. But yeah, Capcom is planning on releasing a DLC expansion called Iceborne. So it's basically going to be filled with, I guess, ice-type monsters from the Monster Hunter series. So people are really excited about that. There are very, very unique ice-like monsters in the old Monster Hunter games that I've played. So I wonder if they're going to be bringing a lot of these into this expansion. But it's very nice to see Capcom continuing to support Monster Hunter World like this, even a year or two after its release. So that's really nice. The game is very popular, so I think that's one of the reasons why they are doing this. And next, this is actually kind of bizarre news, but Sonic the Hedgehog, as you may know, has a movie in the works. It was announced a while ago. I talked about it in a few videos on the channel. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a live-action movie, kind of like the Detective Pikachu movie, where it kind of mixes like live action with CG. So I guess Sonic is going to be completely CG in a world of actual, like, real people. But they just, like, this past week, showed off a poster for the movie, and it looks absolutely weird, like, very, very strange. A lot of Sonic fans on the internet are kind of reacting quite negatively to the poster. And I like Sonic. Like, I've played a lot of the Sonic games, both the 2D and the 3D ones. Sonic is probably one of my favorite, video game characters. I've played, beaten most of the games. I own a lot of the games, but they've kind of like made a very weird version of Sonic. No, we don't see him exactly like his complete figure in the poster. It's kind of like a shadow. It's a teaser poster for the movie. But he looks like a human that's trying to look like a hedgehog. Like he's a mixture of a human and a hedgehog. So it looks really, really creepy. People have been saying that this poster has actually scared them. And then a few days later, another poster leaked showing off Sonic's legs. And they're like weird and muscular, and it doesn't look like Sonic from the video games at all. So I was hoping this movie would be good, but just by looking at these two posters that have come out in the past week, I think this is probably going to be a very, very weird movie. So, yeah, check out, I'll put the pictures up right here so everyone can take a look at what Sonic is going to look like in this movie. There's a lot of, like, fan-made artwork out right now. People making fun of how the new Sonic, like, character design probably looks like. But, yeah, we haven't seen, like, an official photo yet that I know of, at least. Only these posters that kind of, like, tease the movie and how Sonic's going to look like, but there hasn't been an official, like, face reveal yet. But, yeah, I'm a little bit worried. This definitely looks very, very strange. I don't know why they didn't, try to recreate Sonic from the video games and just make him CG and put him into a movie. They try to make, like, a human Sonic Hedgehog. So, yeah, it definitely got some laughs from me when I first saw it. Next, there was a rumor this week that Atlas is thinking of porting Persona 5 to the Nintendo Switch. The reason this rumor started was because of the, Joker reveal in Super Smash Bros. Joker is the main protagonist of Persona 5. So a lot of people started asking questions and, wondering why a Persona character was in a Smash Bros. Game if a Persona game was never released on a Nintendo system. And apparently some users that, from Atlas, messaged, like, some people that work there, some fans and stuff like that, and there is a rumor, so this is not confirmed, but according to insiders that asked, questions about this, Atlas is planning on releasing a, Persona 5 port on the Nintendo Switch sometime next year. So, it's probably going to be announced next year and released next year. And if that happens, that would completely explain why Joker is in Smash Brothers. So, not sure if I'll buy the game again just because I have it on PlayStation 4. I had a lot of fun playing the game. It's a very, very long game, so that's another reason why I probably won't buy it on the Switch. But then again, I enjoyed Persona 4 on the PlayStation Vita. Persona 4 Golden was like an enhanced port of Persona 4 for the Vita, So, if they do the same thing with Persona 5, I can see a lot of people, picking up the game for the first time on the Nintendo Switch and having fun with the game, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully, the rumor is actually true. Next, this is really, really, fun news, or at least to me, I'm excited about this. Panzer Dragoon. The first two Panzer Dragoon games from the Sega Saturn are going to be remade in HD for modern systems. So, this was just announced and confirmed this week. The announcement came out of nowhere. For those that don't know, the Panzer Dragoon games, it's basically a series of 4 games, I'd say. Well, I guess maybe 5 games if you count the Game Gear game, but the first 3 games in the series, Panzer Dragoon 1, 2, and Saga on the Sega Saturn are considered to be some of the best games on the Sega Saturn. They have some of the best music soundtracks in existence. The music in these games is out of this world, really, really good. And for the time that they came out, the graphics were very, very ahead of a lot of other games. And these are kind of on-rail shooters. You ride on the back of a dragon, and you basically shoot lasers and take out enemies and go through stages. They're a lot of fun. If you ever played a light gun game at an arcade, Time Crisis or anything, you probably might have an idea of how an on-rail shooter like Panzer Dragoon would probably play like, but I'll try to put up some gameplay here. It's an old game. Both of the games actually came out in the 90s. But after these games came out and the Sega Saturn was a failure in the West, it did not sell a lot outside of Japan, these games went on to be extremely rare and collectible games. I'm not joking. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Panzer Dragoon was a game that cost $80 when it came out, and now you find it used on eBay for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. Especially Panzer Dragoon Saga, which is the third game. It had a very, very low amount of quantities that were shipped outside of Japan, so it's a very rare and expensive game. And basically, only if you're a rich collector will you ever get the chance to play these games. So the fact that they're going to be remastered or remade for modern systems makes me very, very happy, because this means a lot of people will have access to some of the best games on the Sega Saturn now. So I'm really excited about this, and I definitely will pick them up when they release. So next, Square Enix is releasing a Game of the Year edition for Nier Automata, or Nier Automata. I still hear people pronouncing it both ways. But yeah, it's coming out on PS4 and PC. This special edition includes DLC and like special add-ons from the pre-order bonus. So if you really want to play this game or you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend picking this game up. 2B, really cool character. She's actually being added to Soul Calibur soon. So if you're curious to see what her origin game is, I recommend picking up this Game of the Year edition. You know, it's coming out in like February next year, so early next year. And if you don't want to wait, you can just pick up the regular version of the game. It won a lot of the Game of the Year awards on various websites back in 2017 when it released. So definitely one of the better games of that year, I think. So yeah, definitely check it out. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, there is a rumor that Nintendo is going to be changing the name of the eShop on the Nintendo Switch. So basically what happened was Nintendo is suing this guy that was pirating their games. And people checked the court documents, and in the documents, it's mentioned that the eShop, or some like legal term formerly known as Nintendo Switch Online Shop or something. So a lot of people from the internet then started digging and discovering like some legal documents about a name change. And according to this rumor, next year sometime, probably after the final like fiscal quarter earnings at Nintendo, they're probably going to change the name of the eShop to Nintendo Switch Online Shop. Not really sure why they're going to make this change. Maybe it's just easier for people to remember, an online shop or an eShop. But yeah, this isn't the first time that Nintendo has rebranded their store. Back on the Wii, the Nintendo Wii Shop channel was the name, and then they changed that when the 3DS and Wii U came out, so it makes sense that they would change the eShop to a new name for a new generation of, games and a system. So, interesting. Slightly interesting news, I guess. Next, there is a leak in the voice files of Red Dead Redemption 2. Some glitch, and people managed to find some data in the files, and this is just a rumor, but people are saying that Red Dead Redemption, the first game, will probably be getting a remaster in the near future, so maybe in the next year or two. Rockstar is planning on releasing a, HD remaster version of Red Dead Redemption for modern systems, so PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch could potentially see the original Red Dead Redemption release. The reason for this is kind of spoilery for Red Dead Redemption 2, so I'm not going to get into that, but just know that they found some voice files in the game that weren't necessarily supposed to be there, and some character model like glitched and started saying voice lines. So people are thinking that this game engine for Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be used in the future for a Red Dead Redemption like remake or remaster. So kind of interesting. I'm kind of hoping they do that for GTA, one of the older GTA games. Maybe put it on the Nintendo Switch. That would be a lot of fun. And last piece of news, Stardew Valley on the Nintendo Switch finally got the multiplayer update this week. So if you have Stardew Valley on your Switch, you can now have access to the multiplayer portion of the game. You can play with other people. And yeah, this is fantastic news. I have Stardew Valley on my Nintendo Switch, so I already downloaded the update, and yeah, I still need to check it out. But the fact that the developer continues like to support the game with free updates like this and content is very, very nice. You don't see that a lot nowadays. So I commend the developer for this. I really, really appreciate all the effort and work that has gone into Stardew Valley, and just putting this out there, Stardew Valley is a very relaxing game. I actually played it before going to sleep back when it came out, like when it was first released, and it actually made me like sleepy. The game's like really relaxing and slow. You can just take your good old time with everything, so highly recommend checking out Stardew Valley if you want a more calm and relaxing game to play. So yeah, that is all the news for this week. I hope you enjoyed this ASMR Gaming News video. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I can't tell you how much likes on these videos actually help out the channel, but they really, really do. So thank you for commenting or liking. And yeah, I'll be sure to have a new ASMR Gaming News or gaming video out very, very soon. I plan on doing some stuff for Super Smash Brothers in the near future, so keep your eyes out for that. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all next time. So long.